What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Danyol Jaye, and I'm here for another review. And we are here for the part 2 of the Real Housewives of Potomac Reunion Season 5. Let's get into it. So just come on in the room. Hey, come on in the room. I know it's late. It is 12:20 a.m. in the morning on the West Coast, but I know some of you are up. I know that I said that I would get this review to you, and so that's what I am doing. Honey, between work and all else that I have going on, this is the time that is best for me to come and talk about this reunion. Honey, let's start from the beginning. We pop off with them talking about Gizelle and Jamal. And all I got to say is, Gizelle, girl, let's talk. Let's be real, okay? Let's get into it, okay? I feel like, Gizelle, you are really trying to be very stoic in this moment. I feel like you're really trying to hide Jan, honey, because all this, we're good. No, we're good. We're fine. We're good. Yes, we're good. Yes, we're good. Well, bitch, how good are you? Okay, how good are you? Because at the end of the day, whether Candice want to admit it or not, whatever is in this binder about Jamal Bryant, honey, it's real and it's true. And we all know that it is. So I need you to at least acknowledge that. I don't care what you don't or do feel for Monique's ass. At the end of the day, bitch, she got receipts. Okay, some receipts that you probably need to go down and highlight a few things so that you can get your portfolio and shit together. And I want to say, I'm going to jump around a little bit because overall, part 2 was some bullshit. We didn't really talk about nothing. And it's just a few points of interest that all of y'all give a damn about anyway. So I want to hit those moments and I want to move the fuck on. But I will say this. I find it very hilarious that you and Robin y'all went to lunch, got to your little dressing room, y'all was kid throwing shade about Monique having this little fucking binder, but then your husband, okay, your black ass, I done got several baby mamas and fucking somebody else husband, was on his IG with his binder full of receipts. Okay, and ain't nobody saying shit about Jamal Bryant passed the holy hell over there, getting on his IG with his binder. And so I just, it's the hypocrisy for me. It's the hypocrisy for I. And this is what I'm going to say about Jamal. If you have not seen the video, if you have not seen the live on YouTube, but I'm sure it's on YouTube, I want to say this. First, the fuck of all, Pastor Bishop Bryant, okay? When you get on your live and you say, I am a single man, and I cannot have a mistress when I am single, I understand what you're saying from the nuptials perspective. But when you are in relationship, whether it's with your ex-wife, the new bitch, or the sister sitting on the third fucking row at new birth, when you are dating someone in a relationship, you are no longer single, nigga, and I just need you to understand that. And so the thing that I did not enjoy about Jamal's little ranty rant, number one, it was petty. Number one, it was beneath you, nigga. You are a whole ass man, okay? Whether you a dog cheating ass motherfucker or not, you a whole ass penis balls having ass man, okay? What the hell does it look like for you, Pastor Bishop Bryant, over at New Birth, to get your ass on social media to address some rumors that got on a show that you ain't even a part of like that? You are not even a friend to the show. You are like an associate, an acquaintance, nigga. You ain't even a cast member. And you getting on your social media to talk about some women shit that ain't got shit to do with you. If it was untrue, let it be untrue. Be unbothered in the untruth of it all. But let me tell you something that I know about a man. A man will always feel like he got to defend some shit that that he knows is the truth, regardless of what anybody else says. Why? Because he wants to make sure that everybody involved still plays the part that benefits him. There was no fucking reason that Jamal had to get on social media and address this whole Monique situation, address that fucking binder, address this whole cheating mistress shit. There was no reason. If you knew in your singleness, okay, and your relationship with your ex-wife, okay, that there was no truth to be had, then you should have understood, encouraged, and empowered your ex-wife / girlfriend to have dealt with the situation at the fucking reunion that your black ass wasn't at. Okay? So let's just be clear about that. And I also want to point the fuck out, nigga, that none of your live, none of your video footage in that IG live said that what Monique alluded to wasn't true. You went off and talked about what people had to say about your daughters. You went off to talk about the fact that you can't have a mistress when you single, but you're supposed to be dating Gizelle, so does that still make you single? You went off to say, well, if you're going to show the text messages, show all of the text message, which means that the text messages we did see, that we did hear, are still truth. But you just wanted to send all of them in context, and you read some of them, or you mentioned some of them. You said some shit like, these were the message. What about the messages when I told her, no, you can't come because this is not a good weekend. No, you can't work for me because that's not a good look. That don't sound like justification for your black ass. That sounds like a nigga trying to keep his side bitch where her fucking sideline boundaries need to fucking be. That's what that fuck sounds like to me. Okay, every sideline, anybody that's been a sideline bitch, we know those kinds of conversations, nigga. Like, that ain't some shit that don't mean shit for you. So I found it very funny. I found it very, very hypocritical that y'all had so much to say about Monique and her fucking binder, honey. But you didn't have much to say about Jamal. And I feel like Robin and Gizelle and most of these women, I feel like most of these women is the type of bitch where you will always hate the thing that you don't like, or you'll hate everything about the person that you don't like, whether there's some justification in it. Let me break that down. Y'all all got something to say about this fucking binder because you don't like Monique. But for those of us who are indifferent, whether we like Monique or not, those of us who do like Monique, those of us who think, I don't really fuck with her, but whatever, it is what it is, I don't know her like that. We all sitting back here going, bitch, that was the smartest thing you ever could have fucking done. So sometimes you can be so hateful and so in your bag and in your feelings that you can't talk to the truth of the situation. And let's just be honest, okay? When a bitch comes to a reunion, and yes, bitch, she had time. She had a whole fucking year, okay? You can find time in that year. Robin, you found time to fucking have your hair look like it got ran over by a fucking metro bus. So, bitch, she had time to put together a binder, okay? Moving on. But just because you don't like somebody, don't try to just cut the truth out. Okay, let the truth be what the truth is, because facts are facts whether you like them or fucking not. Candice, you still ain't learned your fucking lesson, bitch. And I'm gonna go here early. I said every time I talk about this girl, Candice, oh my God. It irritates the deepest, darkest, curviest crevice of my most inner iridescent ass. Every fucking time you start to shed a fucking tear and you want to talk about how traumatized you are. But every chance you fucking get, you got some side-eyed remark to make to a bitch that has been ignoring you the entire reunion, parts 1 and fucking 2. The only time Monique has addressed you, bitch, is when you have addressed her. Every other time she's talking about you or referencing you, she's talking to fucking Ashley. Because she's not there to deal with your black ass. Okay, and so I'm gonna say this yet again, and I need for some fucking body in Potomac, in Potomac, in the state of fucking Maryland. Okay, I need one good therapist. To come up to Candice and say, bitch, you got some accountability to take and you need to learn how to shut the fuck up. Because I don't understand how you're so traumatized by this fight moment, but yet every chance you get, you got some slick shit to say to a bitch that ain't paying you no fucking mind. So I'm going to say it yet again. Candice, you are emotionally manipulative. Okay, you are a white woman trapped in a black body, bitch, because let me explain something to you. Them white woman crocodile fuck tears that you got going on, girl, they don't faze me. They don't fucking faze me whatsoever. Especially not a year after you done got your ass whooped, okay? And you got all this mouth on Twitter, and you got all this mouth at this fucking reunion, but all of a sudden you want to break fucking down and have all these tears. It still affects me till this day. Girl, woo, bitch. Woo, the fuck, woo. Okay, I can't co-sign on that because I feel like, bitch, you are using this moment to make sure that everybody stays on your side. And the fact that y'all women are just on her fucking side, that baffles the fuck out of me. And it really lets me know that you're probably on her side, not because you agree with Candice, not because you really like fucking Candice. It's just because you don't like fucking Monique. And this was your out. This was your reason. You didn't like Monique when Monique rode up on the fucking scene. And this was your motherfucking out. This was your reason and justification to make sure that you don't ever have to like her again because you're going to always hold her to this fucking fight. Moving the fuck on. We're going to come back to this, but I'm going to move on for now. Talked about Gizelle and Robin doing the kiki. Yeah, I hope they kikied about Jamal's ass and his fucking binder. Ashley's hair, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. Whoo, Ashley, you need to fire your hairdresser, honey. She failed you. He failed. Whoever it was, they failed the fuck out of you. Because your hair, I just can't do it in this reunion. Ashley and Michael, look, Jesus. What the fuck can I say? What the fuck can I say about Ashley and Michael's ass? Okay, look. Every season, Michael has embarrassed this girl. With an infidelity, with an ass grab, with an ass squeeze, somebody's ass, somebody's man, somebody's penis, somebody's almost gay but not. I'm not going to call Ashley dumb. Because I called her that already. I'm not going to call her stupid. Because I've called her that already. I'm not going to call her the dumbest fucking woman walking in fucking Potomac. Because I've said that already. What I'm going to say to Ashley is this. You do whatever it is that you need to fucking do to secure the bag for you and your children. And if that means telling yourself a narrative that your husband went all the way to a fucking hotel, paid for a hotel, got into the hotel, stripped down to his fucking ugly ass blue boxes, and had a whole prostitute nasty bitch in that motherfucking room, and the only thing he did was cuddle up to this bitch and said goodnight. If that's the narrative that you choose to believe, for whatever sake of whatever that you got going on in your life, bitch, more power to you. Okay? If you want to be that fucking unicorn, rainbows, and fairy tales, bitch, you go ahead and you do that. But I'm going to tell you from the outside looking in, if my husband is in a hotel room with a bitch other than me, you cheated and we got a motherfucking problem. I don't even want you in there when the maid come, because that bitch is supposed to come when the room is empty any fucking way. You ain't got no business crossing our paths with her. And you ain't got, what the fuck for? So you're pregnant with baby number 2, Ashley. I hope you have a wonderful pregnancy. I hope you have a healthy baby number 2. I really do hope that Michael and you figure whatever this shit is out that you got to fucking figure out. I will say this, so Andy, with your white caucus ass, because you messy and you're fucking shady and you know it. And your white privilege is showing, Andy. I want you to, in this reunion, your white male privilege. It was popping the fuck up like a fucking $3 bill, nigga. Let me tell you. Let me say this to Andy. You cannot compare Gizelle's and Pastor Bishop cheating Bryant over there to what the fuck Ashley and Michael got going on. If Ashley chooses to make sure that she's trying to keep her family together, if she's making the choice to believe whatever narrative she got to believe and walk through and navigate to make sure that her family unit is intact, that ain't got shit to do with a bitch who's already fucking divorced. You can't compare that to what the fuck Gizelle and Jamal is doing. They've already divorced. Okay? They've already done the thing that you're supposed to do when the shit don't work out. So this is not the same fucking thing. The fact that you even tried to get Karen to co-sign that stupid bullshit was appalling to me. The audacity that you fucking had, the unmitigated gall. Okay? The infantry that you fucking have to compare a married situation to a divorced situation. No, boo-boo. No. Gizelle and Jamal is like that scripture in the Bible where it says that dog gonna return to its vomit. That's what the fuck she's doing. Yes, it is. Okay, this ain't got nothing to do with being in a marriage. Being in a marriage and trying to hold on to your marriage. That marriage is already done, bitch. They already got the paperwork. So that was dumb to me. Wendy, you just ain't never gonna take accountability for yelling at that girl about not having to bring your baby. I don't care how you spitting that bitch, it was wrong. And you owe her an apology, a real one, a real one, a sincere one, because I still don't believe you ever gave her that. Let's see. Candice again, shut your fucking mouth. You got something to say about Ashley and her man, bitch. Be ye unbothered about relationships that don't involve you. Okay? Worry about your husband. Worry about your finances. Worry about the fact that you are trying to be a mother and that you're trying to get pregnant. Okay? Worry about those things that concern you. Where that little white girl? I need that little white girl. I want to insert her video right here. No, thank you. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. I need that little girl. I need that little girl on a t-shirt. Worry about yourself, bitch. You so got commentary about everybody else's situation, but you want to be so defensive when somebody got commentary for your black ass. No, ma'am. Okay? Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Shout out to that little white girl and trying to, handle her own business, getting in her fucking car seat. She told her daddy, when you tell your own daddy to worry about it yourself, hey, that's some independent shit that I can get with. And Candice, you need a little bit of that. What did I say here? What is this? Candice and Gizelle, not the same as it pertains to, we talked about that, raised penis. Andy, I don't know what straws you felt like you had to cling to have to bring up the fact that somebody said, that Karen said one drunk night years ago that she didn't like raised penis. Don't nobody watching this show like raised penis. And if Karen is among the billions of them, that's her fucking prerogative. She married the nigga. Okay? She married the motherfucker. She married to his penis whether she liked that little shriveled up shit or not. Okay? But here's what I don't want to talk about. Is raised fucking penis. He ain't even on the show like that. Okay? His penis damn sure wasn't on the show like that. We don't care about the Black Bill Gates manhood like that. And I thought that it was low ball that you would even make that a part of the fucking reunion. That was just raggedy and shitty. Because don't nobody give a fuck about that. Let's go ahead and get into this, the crux of this fucking part 2. I feel like this. I am never, ever, I am never going to feel sorry for a bitch who says that she is traumatized, she's hurting, she's dealing with all this shit, but yet and still want to open her fucking mouth and talk slick. I'm just not going to do it. This whole fight, Andy, I got such a bone to pick with your white ass. First of all, the fact that you can say that the rumor and all of what Monique was talking about wasn't on the show, that there's no camera footage. Thank you, production, for inserting the fucking camera footage and verifying what the fuck Monique was saying. And this is what I'm talking about. When you don't like somebody so much that you just bypass the fucking truth. Whether you like Monique or not, and I realize, Andy, at this point, you don't have a horse in the race because you don't have to be her fucking friend. You her boss. But I find it so odd that y'all bitches can sit there and say, that never happened, but yeah, production can find this fucking footage and insert it for the viewers to see that yes, the fuck it did happen. Whether she was struggling with a fucking broken wine glass or not. The fact remains that if I'm in a heated altercation, bitch, a wine glass with edges is a wine glass with edges. And I don't fucking know whether if not you struggling to get to me or not. All I know is, bitch, you got a wine glass in your hand that's broken and you trying to come for me. That's the only thing I know in the moment of the situation. And I would do everything I can to make sure that shit don't hit me again. Because you already busted my mouth. You already got my mouth down. Okay? If you look at the footage in whole and you slow that bitch down, Gizelle, you did push her. Okay? This is not a stop, bitch. Okay? It's not a fucking stop. That's a push. Now, whatever your intention was for the push is your intention. But, bitch, let's be honest about it. A push is a fucking push. Okay? You pushed her. So, you pushed her. This moment with Candice in her hands, I can understand, again, in the moment. Emotions are elevated. Okay, perceptions are a bit skewed. I don't give a fuck if her hand was right here or across the fucking table. This right here may have interpreted to hands in my face for Monique. Okay? Now, I'm not justifying the fact that this whole shit got physical. Okay, I'm not gonna go into that conversation. If you agree with it, you agree with it. If you don't, you don't. But what I am going to say is that this entire situation is not Monique's fault alone. That's what I am gonna fucking say. Okay? Candice, you have got to learn, and somebody has got to teach you, again, that your mouth holds power, baby. And your mouth is provocative. And your mouth is going to provoke people into situations and into reactions that you may not take. But they are not you, you are not them, and so it would behoove the fuck out of your 100-pound ass wet to shut the fuck up. To learn when to shut your motherfucking mouth. Or else, you may come across somebody else who feels like the only way to shut your mouth is to bop that bitch in the fucking face. And then you gonna go through this whole therapy session again, talking about, I'm so traumatized because of the lies. The lies, the lies. And what lies is Monique helping to fucking spread, bitch? We all got eyes. You know, y'all, it's funny to me how y'all want to tell Monique that somebody else doesn't have the power over you to make you do anything, that you can't blame somebody else for your actions. Listen here, sweet pea. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. And if Monique can't give a whole singular individual power to affect a whole situation, you can't give that same power to Monique and blame her for the shit that's going on in your life. Okay? We as the viewers got eyes. We as the viewers don't fucking know Monique personally. We as the viewers saw that fucking tape over and over and over again during the season. So we the viewers have a fucking opinion, bitch. And we are entitled to that opinion. Because even though we were not there, and even though we are watching an edited version of what the fuck happened, we still have an opinion based on what we see. Now, in regards to this whole rumor shit, this is where I get mad at Andy. You talking about that never aired on the show. Y'all might have not made it a storyline, but that rumor definitely aired on the show. It was talked about throughout the show. It was talked about amongst the ladies throughout the show. The only difference is it was not made into a linear plot line throughout the season. But you cannot say, but even though it wasn't brought up in the season, the fact that these rumors are going around the circle in Potomac doesn't negate the fact that it was damaging to the Samuel family. And that's what I didn't understand about Andy's ass sitting up there talking about, well, it wasn't on the show. I don't give a fuck if it was on fucking YouTube. I don't give a fuck if it was on VHS tape for the VCR. People are talking about it. It is affecting my family. And the bitches on this show are talking about it and plotting about it. We get to the point where Candice starts crying. And everybody's somber. And Gizelle, in her light-skinned, green-eyed ass, takes this moment to remind the American public that we cannot put a time limit. I'm going to have fun with this. We cannot put a time limit on the trauma and the mental anguish that is caused and that is being felt by Candice. But you are the same bitches that put a time limit on the processing of Monique as to her remorse and how she felt about the fucking moment. Make that make sense to me. Because what you not gonna do is you not gonna sit up here and try to talk mental health to the public and talk about that everybody has their moment and you don't get to tell somebody how to process and you don't get to tell somebody just to get over it. That applies to Monique, bitch. That applies to Monique. Y'all didn't have the right to tell her when she should apologize, when she should feel remorseful, when she should feel X, Y, and Z about the situation. But you did. You did. You told her what she should felt, what she should have felt. You told her how she should have felt. You told her when she should have felt it. But now all of a sudden, because it's your motherfucking friend, because of somebody that you like, now the rules change. Candice, I'm going to say this to you, honey, and if you are within earshot of my voice, I want you to hear this with your heart, honey, and not just with your ears, because I'm saying it from a space that really is concerned about your well-being. You cannot walk out into this world and cry wolf just to turn around and be friends with the wolf. Now, some of y'all like, the fuck that mean? Let me tell you what that means. You cannot continue to create Monique to be this monster. You cannot continue to use this fight moment to garner sympathy because you were a victim of physical violence. But then you want to be violent with your words in every other situation. That whole bullying shit bugs the fuck out of me. Because when a bitch is weak, and I feel like you're weak. Okay, I feel like you're weak. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. You're weak. And here's why. There ain't a motherfucker on this planet, breathing, alive, or dead, that can make me go a whole year traumatized simply over getting my ass beat for the first time. It's just not. It's especially not after I've gone through therapy. It's not gonna take 365 fuck days of a fucking pandemic year for you to process the fact that you got your ass whooped. And when we look at the tape, it wasn't like she punched you in the fucking head. She grabbed your hair, slammed you on that table, and every other hit after that was open-handed. You can roll back the tape. Production was kind enough to show it to us during the reunion. But you don't get to sit there and claim this victimized trauma, cry and get all in your emotions and get everybody to be emotionally on your side. But then your mouth continues to be as vitriolic as it is in every other sense. When you get in your emotions and you pop off because you want to get the upper hand, you are as abusive with your mouth as you claim Monique was with her hands. And I don't have sympathy for you. I will never, moving forward, have sympathy for you. I just won't. And I am appalled and I'm disgusted at Robin, at Gizelle, and at Wendy, because for whatever reason, you have bought into this narrative that Candice is spewing. And I get it. Y'all are going to say, well, you weren't there. You weren't there. Bitch, I've been in some fights. I've been present for some fights that were worse than the ones we saw on this show. And I understand that there are some nuances about being present that we as an audience may not understand. But what you cannot deny is that Candice was a provocateur and was an active participant in the whole ordeal. I don't give a fuck how you feel about whether or not Monique got physical. Now, if Candice would have shut her fucking mouth and wasn't saying nothing, and Monique got up and just punched that hard off and punched that bitch in the face, I would be Team Candice all day long. I would be Team Candice all day long. But I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face or until Candice is dry in the eye. Bitch. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't. You can't sit up here and play victim and then victimize other people with your language and with your energy and with your thumbs on Twitter. You can't. You can't do it. And the fact that everybody kept saying that didn't happen, are we watching the same fucking replay? Are we watching the same fucking replay? I think that y'all need to, for those of you who are on Candice's side, y'all need to hold that bitch accountable. And you need to get her to the place where she can say, this was my active participation in this moment. And Andy, with your white caucus male privileged ass, I am disgusted that you can sit up here and act like Monique don't have no weight in this fight. Like everything that she's saying is just some who said that type shit. Portia Williams or Housewives of Atlanta type tease. Y'all all know what the fuck that woman is talking about. All of you. And Candice, I might get in trouble for this because I know y'all gonna come for me in my DMs, but I'm gonna say it any fucking way. What you do in the moments where you cry is the same thing that white women do to black women and black men when they accuse them of violence, when they provoke that violence, and then when that violence gets turned on them, they sit and cry out victim, and they cry wolf, and they cry, oh my God, they're attacking me. These are white woman tears coming out of your black face. I want you to hear that. Since Wendy want to bring up colorism and racism, I want you to understand that your level of black privilege, listen to me clearly, listen to me closely, that your level of privilege and proximity to white privilege, because of what your mama has and what your mother has been able to afford for you to have now in your life, and what you have worked to have, your level of privilege puts you to a proximity of white privilege. And that proximity and that assimilation causes you to act like the white women who provoke and accuse black folks of violence, and then when that violence is turned on them, they want to cry victim. That is you this season with this situation. It is what it is. Next week, the men come out. Jamal ain't there, so he ain't coming. I don't know if Ray is there. Juan ain't there. And half the fucking men ain't there. For whatever fucking reason. But they not there. But Chris is there. And Chris got things to say. And I'm going to say this now. Because I feel like I'm going to say it next week too. Ladies, please do not buck up, verbally or physically, to a man with the expectation that that motherfucker won't knuck back at you. Now, I don't know how Gizelle said what she said to Chris, but I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care if you are a woman or not. You don't get to talk to me any kind of fucking way. And I am on Monique's side when she told Gizelle's ass, you not speaking to my husband like that. That's why your black ass ain't got one now. I wasn't mad at that comment. Because see, you got some women out here that feel like, oh, I can talk any type of way to a man and he can't do nothing to me. Now, I don't condone domestic fucking violence. Let's be very clear about that. But I am Team Whoopi Goldberg when she says, you cannot act one way and expect that the party that you are acting that way to is not going to respond in a way that you don't see coming. I'll be here next week for this fucking part 3, 90-minute fucking reunion conclusion. Wendy, I don't have much to say to you. I will say thank you, Wendy, for being well, at least the edited version that we saw. Wendy, thank you for being quiet. Thank you for being quiet. Because whether or not you agreed with Monique or Candice or whatever the case, you didn't interject. At least from what we saw, and I saw what you said on Watch What Happens Live. I thought it was a very PC response in regards to the two of them. And low-key, I feel like you probably got some information that changed your perspective on some shit. But I can't prove that. But I thank you for shutting the fuck up. Candice, girl, y'all asked me last week who I want to leave. I want Candice to leave, to be honest. And I'll tell you why. Because I can't do fake victimhood. I can't fucking do it. I can't. Because, again, if I traumatized you that much, if I put you in such a state of distress and such a state of breakdown that you have to walk off this fucking set, I find it hard to believe that you would run your fucking mouth the way you have this whole fucking reunion towards me. I find it hard. I find it hard to fucking believe. I do. And it runs me low. It's exhausting to watch. But I can't do that. I can't do the playing victim, but then you got all this fucking mouth. And so if anybody had to go, I would want Candice to fucking go. But I know they're not going to get rid of her. If they get rid of Monique, I would be upset. I would be upset. I really would. Let me read these comments. See what y'all got to say. Miss Lady 22 says, y'all see how much shit she was talking on the reunion, talking smack because there was no way for Monique to be able to get hands on her in that. And I feel like even if they weren't as far apart as they would have, something that Monique said that really stuck out to me. Y'all want me to feel what you want me to feel in this moment. This was a year ago. I went through my process on camera. Y'all chose not to show that shit. So where I am today, Andy talking about, well, you seem very like stoic. You seem very, unbothered. Because the fuck I am. I have gone through my process. I have navigated these emotions that I have surrounding everything about this situation. And I've also come to the space to know that even if I wanted to apologize to Candice, she's not in a space to receive that. So I don't have an emotional response for you because I've done my work. She's got an emotional response for you because either A, she's not done the work, or B, she's manipulating you, or both. That's why when Gizelle said what the fuck she said about mental trauma, bitch, you don't get to put a time limit on anybody's process. I don't give a fuck if it's the victim or not. And Monique had a point. The courts of Maryland saw that tape that was subpoenaed and made the decision that this was not an attack on Candice. That she was a provocateur and an active participant in this fucking fight. Case closed and case dismissed. Get the fuck out of my courtroom. Miss Lady says, can't wait for Chris to get all their ass. I'm interested to see what Chris has to say, but I'm also interested to see how he says it. Because like I said, he don't really talk all that much. So I'm very interested to see where he comes from. Simply Amazing says, okay, Miss Lady, I was watching like she feeling big and mighty from all the way across the stage. Real Twitter finger bitch. Real Twitter finger bitch. King Tor says, I love you, always will. Thank you, Pumpkin. I appreciate that. Simply Amazing says, I needed this review. Can't wait for part 3. You better preach. That comes from Jazz on the Beat. Short and Sweet says she couldn't throw out her degree. Be looking forward to our part 3 review. Yes. I'll be here next week. Candice needs to go. That was for Miss Lady. If I see that tissue one more time, look, every time she gets to huffing and puffing, I get annoyed and my eyes get to rolling because I'm just like, bitch, stop it. that mouth too slick and disrespectful. Where do I sign for her to leave? You know, if the fans got together and signed a petition and sent it to Bravo, I wonder how Bravo would respond. I wonder how she would respond if she fold one more fucking Kleenex. Yeah, we all the Kleenex we all can do. You saw what Portia did to Kenya every sec she could. And I think that it's interesting because let's take Portia and Kenya's situation, for instance. I feel like that situation, yet again, Kenya was the Candice in that situation where she tried to say, well, I didn't touch you. No, but you're waving something in my fucking face. And at the end of the day, and I'll say this until I'm blue in the face, you cannot navigate this world expectant and dependent on knowing or thinking that you know how somebody else is going to react to you. And so if you come with the big mouth, you have to be prepared for somebody who does not talk a lot of shit and starts throwing hands. It just is what it is. Or you learn to shut the fuck up. Period. My best friend is one of those people. Like, she don't do talking. She's not about to go in a circle with you. She's not about to go back and forth with where it's like, bitch, you want to fight? Let's go. Let's brawl. Like, that's just who she is. Me, on the other hand, I prefer to use my words because I know that if I get to using my hands, it's over. Like, I'm not gonna care if you breathe, if you stop breathing or not. Like, so I try my hardest not to get physical because I know how I am when I'm physical. Like, if I get physical, it's just lights off, it's over. Somebody is going to eat off, period. Something's going to be broken. Something is going to be severely injured. It just is what it is. So I tried my very best to keep it to my words. But my bestie is, God bless her heart, and I love her. I love her. 18 years of friendship, I love her. She ain't that broad. She's not. And so if somebody came to her yapping at the mouth, they gonna get 5 to the fucking face. Period. Because she's not gonna go back and forth with you. And again, you cannot navigate this world thinking and expecting for people to react the way you think they should or that they're going to. They might surprise you. And as we saw with Candice, she got the surprise of a lifetime. And it didn't do nothing for her anyway, because she's still fucking running her mouth. But that's all I have to say about this reunion. I will definitely be here next week. Thank you so much for tuning in, for watching. For those of you that are watching this in the replay on YouTube, again, I thank you for your like. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe. If you're not following me on social media, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. Follow me on all platforms. You can find me at Danyol Jaye. That's DanyolJaye. And until the next video, I am your friend in your head, your boy, Danyol Jaye. And yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm just exhausted. This whole thing has got me exhausted. If you can be pretty, be petty. And if you can't be petty, find a friend who can. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later.